What's good, beautiful people of Zamunda? How y'all doing? I just ate a Chico stick. Make sure it ain't in my teeth. I sent you peace, light, love, and harmony, as I always do about this time. Why? Oh. Because the bad karma loves you, baby. All right. Uh, whew, the cold out here in these Indiana streets this AM. All right. I was finna get a haircut yesterday, but the little place I was going to wasn't open. And then I heard Spirit say, wait till you get to Cali. So I guess I will. I hope everybody is doing well. Again, I send you peace, light, love, and harmony, as I always do about this time. Why? Because divine karma loves you, baby. I am leaving in the AM for California. Whew. I just ate, you know, you don't really eat junk food and then you like have a, like I just ate a Chico stick and some chips. Most of them was like, this is not how we move, right? Anywho, um, there's something, somebody sent me like a spiritual video, something about today's date, March 31st. But I didn't watch all of it. I did want to watch it, but I got super busy this weekend and was hanging out with some coworkers and doing readings and all that good, well, posting readings for my YouTube channel. But I want to talk about a couple of things. The first thing I want to talk about is why it hurts so bad, especially for divine feminines when, you know, we in relationships that go wrong and we are mistreated by our, uh, I'll say men. I won't even call them divine masculines. And I also want to talk about why people lie. I'm going to touch on, you know, we'll touch on that. All right. Spirit speak to me, through me, and for me. It hurts, and I'm speaking from my experience. It hurts a lot because as divine feminines, we are already built, watch my time, as emotional, you know, we emotional creatures, no doubt. And it hurts, you know, when we are mistreated and, you know, get cheated on and things of that nature. Um, because there's an essence in us to be, you know, in your divine feminine energy. There's a nurturing, caring essence in us. You know, the divine feminine energy is about nurturing, caring, um, birthing, and, you know, creation. Okay. And once you have tapped into our frequency and we have, you know, told our soul that, you know, this being is worthy of this nurturing energy that I have, this creative energy that I have, this divine feminine energy that I have, right? Only to find out later that it was not, right? And, you know, we know soul contracts, and I know, you know, we chose, you know, these lessons. Doesn't make it hurt any of the less, right? And once you have opened up that portal, you know, to let someone, especially when you are spiritual and even not all the way conscious, but just have some kind of um, quality, I'll say, of the heart space, of the heart chakra about yourself. You know, when you let someone into that space, that's like opening a portal, right? And for divine feminines, because we are built the way that we are, when we open up that portal, right, it is not to be taken lightly, right? For a lot of us. And, you know, and I do know there's women out here that's, you know, players and do, I'm talking about my true divine feminines that, you know, move in that, in this energy. That's a portal. Once we, you know, we open up that portal to allow someone to come in, only to get lied to, you know, cheated on and, you know, mistreated and deceived and all those, you know, low frequency vibrational energies, right? It's like it's damaging because that portal was already open. right? And once we let somebody in that portal, and this is just how I see it with my third eye. We can't really, it's not about kicking them out of the portal. It doesn't work like that, right? Because if we could just kick them out of the portal, that means, we could kick them out of the portal. We're done. We're not going to feel no type of way. It's over with. We ain't going to think about them. We're not going to still love them. Any of that. It doesn't work like that. All right. The only thing you can do is raise your frequency, raise your vibration, because that space in your portal, in your heart chakra portal, right? You can't just kick them out and close it. The only thing you can do is work on the energy within the portal, right? Because the only thing you can do is control the energy inside of the portal, i.e., forgiving yourself, i.e., crying and going through the emotional aspect of being hurt, and, taking accountability, because a lot of times we see red flags and we let this individual into our portal anyway, right? And taking accountability on our end. The only thing you can do is work on the healing process within the portal, right? Because you can't kick them out of the portal. It doesn't work like that. If it did, it would be a lot easier. But because you've opened that portal, you will always have that, you would always remember that person. You always, there will always be that lesson, and at one point you get to where you will forgive yourself and move on from the experience, but the lesson will always be, embedded into your Akashic records, into your DNA, right? And it's not to remember at that point. Once you've healed past it, right, it's just embedded into your, and sent to your Akashic records library, and just kind of stored, for lack of better words, in your DNA, just so in this life, when you encounter an individual with that same frequency, booyah. It's like, and it doesn't come up as a memory so much. It comes up as a catalyst, right? A catalyst to remind, hey, we've already done, like, we've experienced this. We've let this same energy in our portal before. That's why it's stored the way that it's stored, right? So that's why it hurts so bad, And, I can't speak for Divine Masculine. I'm sure it probably works the same for you all. But the thing is, I'm speaking because I'm a Divine Feminine. And I'm speaking from our end of it, right? So you can't just kick them out of the portal. It doesn't work like that. And don't feel bad when you still think of this individual. Let me tell you something. And I'm going to be really, really transparent. Most of you know, most of you, I don't know how many, most of you know that I was married for 15 years. This was my second marriage, right? And, my first marriage, we just, I don't know what we was doing. We was young and just being silly. And my first marriage, me and Johnny just, like, we ain't got no animosity with each other or none of that, right? Second marriage ended pretty rough, right? Ended pretty rough. And because we are Divine Feminine and we are so nurturing, right? There's still days, every once in a while, not a lot. And sometimes I think for me, because I'm a medium and, have psychic abilities, that sometimes when I might have a dream about him, my second marriage, or something like that, I feel like, it might be something going on with him, or he might have had a dream about me, because that's just how I'm wired, right? But there's days that I still, I will just, will get a thought about him and just in my mind be like, man, I really hope that he's okay. There's nothing wrong with that, right? That's how we're wired, Divine Feminine, right? But that right there, like the other day, I got tears in my eyes because I had a dream about him. And when I came to, I was like, man, I really hope that he's okay. And just, a lot of stuff happened. I just, hey, went through some things. But I tears came to my eyes because it was like, I knew at that moment that I had done a lot of healing on myself, for me to be in a space to say, man, I hope he's okay. Because it didn't hurt. it didn't, yeah, like I got tears in my eyes, not because of him, but because I knew at that moment, Divine, you have really, really worked on yourself and you've really, really done the healing, right? And that's why I got teary eyed, because I knew at that moment I felt that frequency. I felt it, that I had, I'll say I've been healed, but it's like the other day was that day when I realized that I had healed, and all of that, everything that happened in in that marriage had got stored. It had moved into, that storage space I was speaking about, into my DNA, right? And it was a lot. And don't, Divine Feminine, don't beat yourself up because you still love someone. I will tell you, I will always love Jericho. That we was married for 15 years. We've been in and out of each other's lives since we were, 17, 18 years old. It's just part of it. So don't beat yourself up because you still hold some kind of love. Let me tell you something. People in this society, this is crazy, because it's like love is not, valued as much as it used to be. And just because you're not with somebody, especially for Divine Feminines, like I said, that portal, we let them in the portal. You can't just kick them out of the portal. So you will always have that in your heart. And once you kind of awaken and are coming into the best version of yourself, you will realize loving even those who treated you wrong. Like the fact that you still can hold a loving space for them, without wanting to be with them or none of that, just a loving space for them because of the lessons. And that this was in your soul contract. This is how you know that you feel, right? And that's a high quality of love that not everybody reaches. And we went through a lot. Like, I was with some friends the other day, and they were speaking on one of my coworkers was speaking on a bad relationship they went through, and I was like, yeah, that's messed up. And I said, I was married for 15 years, and my husband popped up with a 7-year-old daughter, right? And her eyes was like, what? I'm like, yeah. Right? And it was a lot. That was, I think, that marriage, and me and Jericho have had past lives before. I did, once I awakened fully, I did realize, we had a cycle to close out. And did what, 8 years while he was locked up in the penitentiary. A lot. Had a son that I had my son too early by him, and he transitioned a few minutes after I had him. So a lot of history there. And his little girlfriend, or whatever she is. Well, he say he ain't got no girlfriend, but I had to explain that to her, or in a video. I'm gonna guess that she watched it, but you have to understand, with that much history, with that much, I'm 54 years old. We've been in and out and around each other and all of that since we was 17, 18, right? Out of high school. So that's not going to go away easily. So, don't, love is that's your superpower, right? Don't never let nobody, I had somebody I used to deal with, I'll just say that they used to tell me I wear my heart on my sleeve. I'll just say, my twin flame used to tell me I wear my heart on my sleeve. And I used to be offensive about it. And now I'm like, you know what? That's my superpower. And that's okay that I wear my heart on my sleeve, because you trying to make me feel some type of way, because you can see on my sleeve, so to speak, on this sleeve I call my physical, that I embody love. You could never no more make me feel bad about that, because that's God. That's the divine. I'm supposed to be that way, right? So I just wanted to touch on that. And, you'll come to that point when you realize that you have healed. The second thing I want to talk about is why people lie. And for my video, I'm going to say why men lie. And most people lie because there is something or some things about themselves that they feel like if you knew the real them, flawed and all, that you would not love them for themselves, right? And, let me say this unconditional love. I want to say this because somebody told me that I did not love Jericho unconditionally. And the person that said it, I had to look at the quality of love that they used to. I had to take that into consideration, and it made me understand why they would say that. Let me tell you what unconditional love is not. And a lot of men, especially that got mommy issues, they tend to think that unconditional love means I can screw up 9 million times. I can cheat on you 100 times. I can lie and lie and lie. And you're supposed to always, always forgive me and come back, right? It doesn't work like that. That's not unconditional love. And when people say that to you, especially men, and they, get into this conversation, you should have stayed. And you didn't did a lot of dirt, right? That's not unconditional love. And 9 times out of 10, I'm telling you, they probably got some mommy issues going on. What is mommy issues? There's something about their relationship with their mother growing up that they didn't get what they needed from their mom, whether it's attention, whether it's love, whether it's, I have met a lot of guys in my life that them and their mom is like, they mom treat them like they homies and shit. They never really had that bond. It's just been, it's like they was friends and all of that. And, and a lot of times it stems from that, right? And so on a soul level, unconsciously, they are really, really craving unconditional love. But the sad part is because of that, they have no idea what it is. You'd be surprised on how many men out here have no idea what true love is, unconditional love is, what real love is, right? A lot of them have no idea. They don't even know. They don't. Because I always say, just like for a father, his daughter, her first relationship is, and it's the same thing with the mother. A man's first relationship and how to treat a woman comes from the divine feminine in his family, his mother, his grandmother, right? And I tell women all the time, you want to know how he's going to treat you? Look at how he interacts with his mother, grandmother, and the women in his family. If I would have did this some years ago, we wouldn't be having this conversation right now. But this was part of my journey, right? Because I know the relationship, that my ex-spouse has with divine feminines, and most of them, I won't say all of them, in his family. His mom and dad's side is like night and day. But it's not not to say that in a bad way. It's just most men don't know how to love. And a lot of it comes from, stems from mommy issues. And I know because divine feminines, we have it too. I had daddy issues for a long time because my daddy walked out on me when I was young. And, we got it together before he transitioned. I love my daddy, and we worked some things out. But the same with divine feminines. We have, daddy issues because I didn't, when my mom and dad divorced, I didn't get that. For a few years, he would come get me, and then he just vanished, right? So most men don't even know what unconditional love is, right? Most men lie because they do not think they are worthy of being loved, pure, true love with flaws. And most of them know on a soul level, they really don't know what true love is. And instead of working on themselves to find out what true love is, right? They jump into relationships knowing that they don't know, and then the divine feminine ends up getting hurt, right? Because they're trying to learn this in the process. And for us, we've already opened that portal. That portal was not for, for you to enter to still be trying to, I don't even know what love is, but for us, for divine feminines, knowing what love is a prerequisite to coming into the portal. And most men try to convince us, I love you, and most of them don't even know what true love is. They don't. And at this point in the game, I truly believe at this point in the game, a lot of us, I'm going to say the planet in a nutshell, we came here, outside of, learning lessons from past lives and clearing some karmic debt. But man, to love and to know how to receive love. A lot of men don't even know how to receive love. They don't. They do not know how to receive love. And y'all, don't get me wrong, I'm not a feminist. I'm not any of that, and I'm not dogging men. I'm talking about on a spiritual level, because I love my divine masculines. I got some divine masculine homeboys, let me tell you. When I tell you they stand on business, when it comes to these divine feminine and the divine masculine and the, balancing out the energy, I got some divine. And the funny thing is, I'm going to say all of them that I fool with, I met either through somebody or online, and we've built a relationship, right? Friendships is what I'm talking about, right? So never think I'm a feminist. I love my true divine masculine. Shout out to my homeboy Zara. Dondo, he know I love that boy like it ain't nobody's business. He stands on his divine masculine energy, right? I got another homeboy in doggone in Tennessee. That's I fools with him, right? Stands on that divine energy, right? So don't ever think I'm a feminist, because it ain't about that. And I truly know that my divine counterpart is coming. But a lot of men don't know how to be loved. They don't. And they don't know how to give love. So after they enter our portal, they are trying to love you and don't even know really how to love themselves 111%, or even know, how to love a divine feminine and what love truly, truly is. So in the middle of trying to build a relationship with you after they have entered our portal, they in a whole school, university full time and working 2 jobs, right? In the love school, trying to figure out what love is. And most of them don't even, I'm telling you, when that person told me I didn't love Jericho unconditionally, I knew, like I said, I was about to pop off, but I had to realize who I was speaking to, and that they have no idea what unconditional love is. Because let me tell you something, I don't give a damn if every celestial being and prophet that's been known to man comes to me and tell me that I did not love Jericho Atkinson unconditionally, I will laugh in their face. I don't give a damn who it is. Why? Tell you something. We dealt with each other as teenagers. I found him when he was locked up because we lost connection. Did the last, I think 8 years of his bid with him, because he was locked up for almost 10 years, right? When I tell you was working 2 jobs is what I was doing. Going to school full time to be a surgical tech, and was still putting money on his books, going to see him every other weekend, did that. Was there. When he came home, I had him a car, had him a box Chevy waiting on him, had clothes waiting on him, had my own crib, we had money, he was set. We was good. A lot happened. We got married, had a son, my son didn't make it. A lot of things happened, right? He cheated multiple times, and I'm pretty sure there's times that he think I don't know about that happened, but I stayed. I left multiple times and came back. Left and went to Atlanta. He came to, I've been there. When he didn't have anything, I was there. Tried to make it work. One thing I will give him credit for is, he did something with himself when he was locked up, got some degrees, and he did something with himself as far as career wise, right? But after 15 years, popped up with a 7-year-old daughter who I love very dearly. Still stayed, still stayed, right? Because I, fell in love with her and the idea of, my son not being there, and she was crazy, she still is, it's crazy about me. Like all of that family energy kind of took over, and I still stayed after multiple, cheating. And I'm not saying one night stands. Shit, at one point, this man had a whole girlfriend at one point. Whole girlfriend riding around in front of my family with this girl, everything. My family calling me like, what is? Been through it. For anybody, and I'm not saying I'm perfect. I'm not saying that. But I was there, wasn't in the streets. He ain't had to worry about hearing nothing about me doing nothing with nobody at no time on no day. Right? I didn't really even start, even entertaining conversations with another guy till a few months before our divorce. And that was just a conversation. I think the last year we was, had decided we knew shit wasn't going to work out, had conversations, guys, asked for my number, whatever. I might went out and talked, or not with the guy, but, if I'm out and they, I think I was out with a homegirl and some guys came over and, wanted to eat with us or something. But outside of that, baby, I couldn't see past Jericho. I don't care who you was. I don't care how fine you was. Outside of Breezy. But no, but for you, for somebody to tell me, you can't tell me I don't know what unconditional love is. Because I stayed there knowing I didn't see 9 million red flags. Right? Multiple times. Went back. And even sometimes went back, I still knew he probably was cheating. But I felt I had put the work in. A lot of it was because I felt like, man, and for a long time, like in the beginning, I used to tell him that you owe me. I did, 8 years of time with you. And that, I had to release that. You know what I owe? I owe myself to be happy. I owe myself to love myself enough to know that being on my own would be okay. That's why I tell women, don't come to me with, I understand. Because I know when I separated from him, I did not know who I was outside of Mrs. Atkinson. I did not. Because it's all I knew for so many years. So, people will lie because they really don't think that somebody will love them flawed. And I'm here to tell you, if you in your true divine masculine energy, right, there won't be no lies. Right? If you still running around lying a lot and making up shit, and I know a lot of men that do, just lie for no reason. and hey, we know who, yeah. Just lie for no reason, right? Because they can't even accept themselves for who they are. So if you can't love yourself enough to be honest with yourself and anybody else, how you think you gonna love somebody? You can't. It's not possible. That's not how this frequency of love works. And a lot of it for me, the men that I've attracted up until this point, is because they had mommy issues. And I'm not talking bad about nobody, mom. I'm not doing nothing. None of that. I'm saying somewhere along the line in the mother-son relationship, they did not get something that they needed. And it is now a problem for every divine feminine. Let me tell y'all something. Until a man with mommy issues, until they have figured that out and worked through it on their own, let me tell you, I will put a check on it. Every freaking woman they be with is going to pay for the mommy issues. Because it's especially for the ones that ain't even told their mom that they feel this way, or that or tried to, work through this energy and whatever happened with their mother. Tell you something, on a soul level, they despise women. outside, and I know, they like the sex, they all that, and they get in relationships, I love you, and all of this extraness. But if they have not healed that mommy issue situation on a soul level, they pissed off at every woman on the planet, and any woman they deal with will pay. And I don't give a damn who mad about this, and I don't give a damn who wants to dispute it. You can't tell me what I know, what I've been through. 111% I'll stand on it until I take my last breath. Any man that has mommy issues, and has not healed that energy with their mother, every woman they mess with will pay. They will pay. And some men don't even know they're doing it. It's unconsciously. Tell you what I know. This is what I know. And to you men, I say, I love you, and I really hope you get that taken care of. I really, really do. And mothers, got to do a better job. Stop looking at your sons and, mad because you and your baby daddy didn't work out, or they daddy wasn't, none of that. Better relationships with mothers and sons have got to get better, because y'all are, raising these men with these issues, and then we got to deal with it. All of us is getting punished because of that. Got to do better. If the daddy ain't around, find some solid brothers, uncles, people in the community, something. Like I said, I don't give a damn who. We can argue about that. Like I said, till I take my last breath, I will stand on it. Because I know too many. I know too many. They will always mistreat a woman because of that. No woman stands a chance. I don't give a damn if y'all get married. I don't give a damn how much money he bring in. I don't give a damn what he buy you. When it comes to emotional intelligence and balance and knowing how to love and to give love, every woman will pay because of them issues. Guarantee you. So, I'm going to drop that off here. I love y'all. Get in here and go on to work and do what I'm supposed to be doing. And y'all know the drill. I love you, and I love it when you love me back. And I will see y'all on the next one. Peace.